Hi, welcome to the new demo flight of the new Hubsan product. This is H502E. So this version is probably the first entry model in the new series, the H5XX series. This is the cheapest model, and this one is only including a 720p camera, okay, and a GPS module installed on top. No more FPV ring, even if the PDB of the Hubsan still shows some sign of the video transmitter module, but it's not installed, be sure of it. And wow, this model is probably targeting beginners who want a really easy to fly model shooting some correct and 720p videos. Okay, so I will say it's more the quadcopter for blonde. So in case of emergency of panic, just release the stick thanks to the GPS altitude hold. The quadcopter will stay in place more. If you are even in more panic mode, just press the return to home button here, long press on it, and this quadcopter will return to your takeoff location. So it's taking the same ingredient that the H502S. You have some 8.5mm by 20 coreless motors. Okay, no brushless edition here. Okay, the micro SD card at the bottom. No micro SD card was provided in the bundle, so you have to give yours. The 720p camera with a wide angle, something like 120 degrees of field of view. Okay, some lights, red on front, blue on rear, if I'm not wrong. And when you're recording, the rear one indicating that you are currently filming. Okay, so it's pretty light. It's around 150-60 grams, so it's not bad at all. One word about the motors. It's brushed motor, so I strongly advise to stock as soon as possible some one clockwise and one counterclockwise. They have a flying mean average before failure, something like I would say 20-40 flights. Okay, and especially if you're flying close to the grass, some stuff like this, some dust can enter into the whole of the coreless motors and can be stripped. It happened to me for the last flight. Okay, so I will start to take off, and first thing to do is to do the compass calibration. Okay, so I will turn on the quadcopter. You have a GST connector associated with the 610 LiPo battery, if I'm not wrong. So no power switch is also a drawback. Okay, and yes, you have the blue LEDs on front, rear on the right. Lock the battery doors. Okay, more or less correctly. And start on a flat surface. So you have to power this basic transmitter, okay, and as soon as you will see set compass 1, okay, so you have to take your quadcopter moving clockwise slowly, okay, until you will see on the radio transmitter, I hope you will be able to see, set compass 2, okay. Approximately 2 tours are required to see this second message. Okay, it's up. Now it's message 2. Punch the nose down and turn again clockwise. Okay, and again approximately 2 tours are required to see this message disappear. Okay, it's disappeared. Now it's calibrated. I think it's a good option for Hubsan to force us to make the compass calibration. Okay, so I will wait a bit to see the number of satellites. So this number actually 0. It will take approximately 2-3 minutes to fix first. Okay. No more GPS module on this transmitter like the S version, okay, because you don't have the follow me function, so it was useless. So it's basic. You have only the return to home and the GPS. Oh, now I'm receiving up to 9 GPS. Okay, let's go to fly. Okay, so now 10 satellites. So I will long press on the left shoulder button to start recording. And you have the camera logo flashing. To harm the quadcopter, you have to push in outer, lower outer, and let's go. And I should have, so this is a default rate, pretty slow, so very for blonde. Look that up, I'm releasing, stay in place, no problem. Okay, so it's really for beginner quadcopter. This is a max speed in the beginner rate, and today it's wind free, so you can imagine in presence of wind you even be worse. So how to activate a most advanced fly? You have to press on the red stick and you engage to beep. The advanced flight mode is a little bit faster, but not so much more. So I will take some altitude. Okay, just as I say, release and stay in place. You have some telemetry information. Two numbers are cycling in this upper right position of the quadcopter. I will make a small panorama tour, for example, and I will take some altitude a little bit. So it's perfect to shoot some videos. The 720p camera module, well, got an average quality. In terms of light sensitivity, could be better. For example, the sun become black, so it's not a sign of very good sensibility in terms of. It's probably a CMOS camera module, but look that it's ultra stable. Okay, so you have two information. It's assumed to be 24 meters high. Okay, you have the heading actually also display, and the quadcopter is either 25 meters of distance or 24 meters high. Okay, I don't know, so I will probably go further and it will answer to my question. So I'm moving in this direction. Since you don't have anymore the video transmitter module, you can probably expect much more flying time. Well, much more, I will say 2 minutes more versus the S version. Okay, now I'm still 25 meters high. Okay, still this value seems a little bit low in my point of view. For me, I'm a little bit higher, but 70 meters of distance. Okay, so I will fly further. And okay, I hope you can see in the sun. Close to 100 meters, okay, and I will make a small panorama tour. It's good to see the headless, the headings, because you can, in worst case, you can even fly it with, if you are not sure, just memorize the headings home, and you can fly back. Okay, it's pretty good. The stabilization is just amazing. I will try to press the return to home, so you have to long press the right shoulder button. And look that. I will install down the radio transmitter. Hello. So I'm actually receiving up to 12 satellites. Oh. Yeah. I'll try. Yes, it's stabilized. Going down. Going down. Okay, and okay, perfectly. So as said previously, be aware to not introduce some herbs, some grass in the bushes. Always check that everything is spinning correctly. I will stop recording, okay, to save some files, but as you see, the return to home works perfectly. Okay, I will re-engage the recording and let's take off again. Really, it's a very ultra basic quadcopter. So I regret for example, that you don't have the possibility to fly in a pure manual or altitude hold. It's not possible, for example, to harm the quadcopter. if you didn't perform the compass calibration, okay, and it's a really, for me it's a drawback, because in GPS mode this quadcopter is pretty slow, even in the expert mode. So it's typical the beginner quadcopter, really, for a person who are don't want to stress too much. I think this quadcopter could be ideal. Now the open question, is the 720p camera good enough? Well, when you see the 1080p camera module from Hubsan, from the H502E, this one offers, first of all, a better quality. Of course, it's 1080p, but also a better frame rate. I observed that the 720p video footage shooted by this quadcopter, the H502E or the S, I don't feel a 30 frames per second. I think in practice you have something like 23, 24, I'm not sure of it, but you don't feel perfectly freed footage. It could be a drawback, okay? So Hubsan, you should a little bit improve the 720p camera in my point of view, okay? But it's not bad at all. You will see, of course, in pictures the recording. But what I like, look at that. No panic quadcopter. Well, there is no pleasure to pilot, okay, but it for beginner is not bad at all. So the question is, can you fly indoors with such machine? It's an open question, since you need to be in GPS mode. It's an open question. So you can arm after performing the compass calibration even indoors, for sure, and you can arm the quadcopter. So probably one is not receiving the enough GPS, it's turning into the altitude hold stabilization, okay. But what I like is, even is this small radio, you have a small telemetry information. That's pretty cool, okay. So wow, pretty good. Okay, today I'm lucky it's wind-free here. It's really rare when it happens. It's really early in the morning also, so could be. So I will press again. I like the return to home, long press and okay. I'm lazy this morning and I want to see that. Okay, hello. We will see the deviation in XY of second return to home, or from the takeoff location. I had something like, I would say, 2 meters. You can see, probably not in the me, I can see that the rear LEDs are flashing because I'm currently filming. Okay, so be aware. Maybe I will stop the landing, because if it's landing into the Alps, I don't want. Oh, much better. Okay. Perfect. Wow. Pretty good. Stop recording. Okay, so now I got a deviation of less than 50 centimeters. That's pretty cool. I will disarm, push outer. Okay, so I will end this second demo. The flying duration time are pretty good also. I can still run maybe 1 or 2 minutes, but you have a good 10 minutes of flying durations. I will check if motors, cordless motors are hot or not, because it's pretty important. Okay, always check that. If you don't have any friction, you have some ball bearings installed, that's pretty good. I strongly advise to add time to time a small drop, okay, of silicone oil, okay. It will improve the longevity of your system. Only on the ball bearings. Be aware of the gears, they are in nylon. Both the pinion of the cordless motors and the gears are both in white nylon. Is good for longevity. You can maybe hear, you can small noise emitted by this Hubsan. I don't know where it's coming from. It's not coming from the video transmitter. I don't know, maybe from the camera module or maybe, I don't know. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please thumb it, and if you like my channel in general, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.